Hello and welcome to Council Recap, where we take the content of the City Council meetings and give you the breakdown. I'm Kayla Moeller. There were a few presentations this week. First, the Centinela Valley Union High School District introduced their new superintendent, Dr. Stephen Nelman. Dr. Nelman is a Hawthorne resident and a U.S. Army veteran. In his 20 years working with the district, he has worked as a teacher, associate principal, and more. Next, we heard from Omar Khalil, the director and assistant imam of the Islamic Center of Hawthorne. He wanted to introduce himself to council and reaffirm the center as a resource in the city. The Islamic Center has a K through 8th grade school, marriage and family therapy services, and more. Then, the Angel City Football Club, a Los Angeles-based women's soccer team, presented a video about who they are and what their goals are. They spoke to council about building a training facility in Hawthorne at Memorial Park. They believe in bringing impact and influence in their community and will commit to that by giving 10% of the agreed upon investment into equity, essentials, or education for the city. Next was an update from Telehealth Van LLC. Dion Rambo spoke to council about their goals with making mental health services accessible within the city. The purpose of the van is to screen these individuals and assess their mental health needs and send them to the proper resource to make sure they get the help they need. Telehealth plans to create a trackable solution database to follow progress over time. Then, an update from the Human Resources Department on recruitment status. Interim HR Director Irma Yusefia gave a presentation reviewing the hiring progress in various departments. In the resolution portion of the meeting, Resolution 8301 was approved to adopt a 3-year memorandum of understanding between the City of Hawthorne and Hawthorne Executive Group, and the MOU will provide incentive for retaining employees. Resolution 8304 was passed to declare October 2021 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month within the City of Hawthorne. Surveys worldwide have shown domestic abuse spiking since January 2020, significantly higher compared to the same period in 2019, and the City of Hawthorne is committed to identifying and protecting the vulnerable. In the ordinance portion of the meeting, Ordinance 2224 was approved. The outcome of the Hartzog and Crabbill Inc. survey recommends to keep all existing speed limits the same for 41 out of 43 street segments and reduce the speed limit for 2 street segments. The purpose of this survey was to establish speed limits in the city roadways that must be completed every 7 years. Next, in the general matters portion, council received and filed an update on the implementation of the city's commercial facade rehabilitation program. Since the program's introduction in July, staff have been working to create program guidelines and recruiting businesses to participate. The guidelines have been completed and a request for qualifications has been drafted so the city can begin receiving applications. Staff anticipates the process taking approximately 3 months. Then, council approved the formation of the Cannabis Program Implementation Working Group. The ad hoc committee will consist of a council member and 4 staff members, namely city manager, city attorney, planning, and the police department. The city manager's consent calendar had a few items this week. First, council approved using a police department asset forfeiture fund for the purchase of 5 new police vehicles. High mileage vehicles that have reached the end of their usual life will be replaced. Staff will use Okama Enterprise to help locate vehicles across the county. Next, council approved the authorization of the city negotiators to correct the Hawthorne Police Officers Association MOU to the authorized retroactivity date of July 31st, 2021 that was inadvertently excluded. Council approved the fiscal year 2021 to 2022 blanket purchase orders for supplies and services from 23 vendors that were included in the budget. In the discussion action items, council voted to accept the terms of Assembly Bill 361 to continue with teleconference meetings due to COVID-19. It adds real-time citizen participation in council meetings and continues to promote social distancing in consideration of the circumstances of the state of emergency. Well, that's it for the meeting this week. Thank you for joining us for Council Recap. Remember, you can always watch City Council meetings in their entirety by going to www.youtube.com and searching for Hawthorne Community Television. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you next time.